Next up is a mission that we cannot bypass. Even if we wanted to, we have to go through this one mission.
Frozen Frenzy. Scanners aboard the LMS Explorer have been monitoring the movement of large, unidentified life forms that appear to be made from ice. We cannot endanger our mining activities and must defend Rock Raider HQ against any possible threat. Protect Rock Raider HQ by using the electric fences, and repair any damage that occurs by training some Rock Raiders as engineers. You will need to fend off any attacks and continue to collect energy crystals until we have enough to transport the Chrome Crusher. The tunnel transporter is in a nearby cave waiting to airlift us to a safer cavern, but our only way of reaching it is by drilling through hard rock with a Chrome Crusher or using dynamite to blast our way through. Take care, Rock Raider. Build up your base and make sure it's heavily defended.
Alright.
Power path.
Yeah, we actually do need to be on alert, because enemies, I think, will be spawning basically from the first moment, which is why the first couple of Rock Raiders, I'm actually going to instantly give them pusher beams. I want like 3 guys on defense duty.
A landslide has occurred.
And I'm not instantly accelerating the gameplay, because I do actually want this to be a tiny bit slower, simply because there's a lot happening if you accelerate the time at the start, and it's not all good. These walls I absolutely want reinforced. They will produce rubble until the end of time if we let them.
A landslide has occurred.
I do want energy crystals collected basically as soon as possible.
A landslide has occurred.
Look at the raw amount of landslide. Oh, I didn't notice we already had an enemy spawning in. Well, this is a terrible spot because they are going to get landslided.
Rubble. Rubble.
And I think that one energy crystal is officially gone.
A landslide has occurred.
Loose rock.
Wow, I think he's at
Rock
1
Raider.
HP or something.
Your air supply is running out.
A landslide has
Yeah, on top of everything else, we have to watch our air.
Oh.
He's going to
Solid
get
rock.
absolutely stun-locked. We won't have to worry about him anymore. This is going to get drilled, and then we need to reinforce this.
An energy crystal has been found.
And that's going to be our cavern for the
A
moment.
landslide has occurred.
We'll want this reinforced, though. I don't think that prevents enemies from spawning, though. The amount of ice monsters, I think I can now handle accelerating the time. We should have stabilized successfully. As far as I know, the amount of enemies here is absolutely variable. I have had times where I was about to drill through this section here, which is the section that is going to transport us to the tunnel, what's it called? Tunnel transport. And I only had like 2 or 4 monsters spawning. Then I had runs where they were spawning basically constantly. It's a bit unfortunate that we have lost one of the energy crystals, but it's also not that big of a deal. And maybe transport energy crystals a bit higher as priority. And you guys can go back to work. Is this already fastest? Yeah, it is fastest possible game speed as far as the game allows us. We need to upgrade our tool store. Get started on the teleport pad. It's a neat trick. Building this a bit further out. In theory, you can build it any amount of distance out. But if you build it a bit further out, you can use all of your connections very efficiently. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to angle certain buildings. That's why I like to build it out one further than I would in theory need to in order to use all connections. I do heavily recommend, not so much for saving time, but for saving your sanity, to not try and blow through this with dynamite. Because as we dynamite our way through this area, we will inevitably be dealing with more rock monsters and more landslides, and transporting dynamite through an area infested with enemies and landslides. You can't even secure the walls until the monsters are gone, because your rock raiders will still be run away. It is painful. I heavily suggest you do not subject yourself to that. This is not good, because it would use all the connections. But I think I saw a spot. Yeah, here. This is a lot better. Do we have enough resources? We have enough resources, but we are going to inevitably require more. We only have one surplus energy crystal, it seems. We are going to need a couple more. And in order to scout, more or less, I will take this rock raider, I think. No, I will not take this rock raider. Where's the one from who... maybe you?
Rock Raider.
No, maybe you?
Rock Raider. Rock Raider.
Yes, you are a geologist, so let's drop that. And have him move here and maybe start drilling this wall.
Supplies running out.
As our power station has successfully been built. Because simply by having him move there, we are going to scout ahead. Oh. Yeah, they can do that. They can literally pick up your rock raiders and throw it. Unfortunately, now our geologist, as far as I know, his skills have been reset. So why can we not teleport an additional one down? In theory, that should be possible. It looks like he's trying to reinforce us, but as long as the monster is close, he cannot. He will not do it. We have more landslides here. I think I'm gonna blow that one up and drill this one. Then we have a lot more energy crystals here. Oh, I guess we have to defend first.
Supplies running
out. Maybe reinforce these walls before we drill them. Yeah, your rock raiders are really not smart about running away. I could, in theory, equip my rock raiders with lasers, by the way, and they would totally smash these monsters in a single shot. But hey, we're already taking all of the energy crystals. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. So I think we can, you know, not take their lives, maybe. I know that some people say Xeno scum must be exterminated, but I'm not like that. Usually. There's some Xenos that I want exterminated, though. We should be retreating, yes. The rock raiders will automatically stop firing. But not stop retreating.
Supplies running out.
Okay, we had another rock raider teleported, apparently. I'm not sure. Or maybe that was the warning from before. Not entirely sure. I don't entirely trust these walls, but I don't want to spare the time. We're already very, very low on oxygen, because I forgot to put down the support station. I'm gonna remedy this now. And we are in dire need for energy crystals, which means drilling this is now almost top priority. Actually, you drop what you're carrying and drill. You don't need the ore. Ahem. Do you need a drill? You don't have a drill. Okay. In that case, go pick up a bit of ore. I said go pick up a bit of ore. Don't waste your... This is the super smart rock raider AI we heard on as one of the first sentences in this game. And yeah,
An energy crystal
no.
has been found.
The AI is about as stupid as I am when I'm drunk and sleeping. Good thing I basically, well, I think I drank like alcohol 3 times in my life or something like that. In any significant quantity. I think there's always a bit of alcohol, maybe in what's it called? In juice. In the juice of the fruit that you use to make wine. I forgot the name. Why is this wall not stabilized? Ah, should be fine. If memory serves, there are more energy crystals behind this wall. Oh yeah, we can even see it, because we have a geologist move next to it. This is getting pretty tight. Are we going to make this? We should. There's only ore remaining. After that, we are fine. I think I'm not going to teleport down the maximum amount simply so that we have a bit of a surplus in air should anything we don't like happen.
Your air supply is running out.
As far as these walls go, I'm going to drill them. There we go, we have air. I also need to be careful with placing down more buildings, because we do need the power for the support station. Now they're all eating and replenishing their stamina bars. Where else do we need to go? Do we still have a geologist or... No, I think they have all been teleported up. Unfortunate. These walls, I know that they are also going to... oops, I didn't want to blow you up. I wanted to blow you up, but also reinforce you. That's going to happen first, I wager. Yeah, because otherwise we're dealing with landslides all the time. And I don't like dealing with landslides all the time. I want to blow this wall up, and then I want to blow up this wall, so the one in between is getting taken down as well. You here.
A landslide has occurred.
Then I want to take this wall down as well. So far, no more ice monsters. There is one more thing that you need to know about the oxygen bar. When it hits like the last 10% or so, you start also hearing a heartbeat sound. And I think even if you fill your oxygen bar all the way back up to 100%, that heartbeat sound is going to stick with you for the rest of the mission. Well, he certainly did not watch the C4, or the dynamite. It's not really C4 as far as I know. As I said in the tutorial mission, it's probably going to end up being the reason for the most rock raiders teleported up, as far as I'm concerned. Now we do need the upgrade station. The upgrade station is usually where you upgrade your vehicles. You can give them upgrades, actually. I'm not going to start using that until one of the later stages of the game. But I most certainly want to try out getting a couple of engineering, or what's it called? We'll see. A couple of rock raiders that are able to repair buildings. We may need this in the future.
Power path.
I am not too worried about enemies destroying our buildings. But I'm more worried about landslides in some missions being so close to our buildings that they are going to be teleported up. And that has already lost me one mission, I think, when I blew up a wall with dynamite, and that was my last tool store. I think that's happened once, and you actually lose missions if you lose your last tool store. I think the only other way to lose missions is to lose your entire oxygen bar, naturally. This is... still requires quite an amount. So I think I'm going to fast forward this until the resources have been gathered and everything has been built up and whatnot. Okay, now let's see. Can we train you as... Yes, as engineers. That's the word. You know, I know this word, but sometimes I just can't remember it. So let's train like maybe 3 engineers.
Go to tools
No,
menu.
not tools menu.
Go to training menu.
Train as engineer.
Not sure why that's voiced with a different person.